everyone, welcome back to this, our 4th episode of Heart, lovingly titled A Bloodletting. Welcome on in. How are y'all doing today? Happy heckin' Saturday. Hope you're having a lovely, wonderful, relaxed morning. Thanks for joining us for this time. I was trying to think of descriptor words. This time that we're all about to have. This delve into Heart. Who are we kidding? I hope you are ready for some body horror along with giggles and laughs, though we tried to get some of them out in advance. Welcome, friends. Before we get started, I just need to do a few shout-outs. Of course, we want to thank Rowan, Rook, and Deckard, who make this amazing game of Heart. Go check it out, pick it up for yourself. I know that I myself got an email from the Kickstarter today, and they sent out a whole bunch of cool stuff. So check it out. They have so much cool stuff, and a reminder that our show wrap-up is landing precisely on Halloween, during which we have to give away a wonderful Heart PDF bundle pack of everything. All the things. All the Heart things. Did you want Heart things? All of them will be there in this bundle pack. So come hang out with us, be there for the finale of this wonderful story we are telling, and possibly win yourself some cool stuff. We want to thank Roll20. Roll20, of course, who we are using for our rolls, is the way you can see all the stuff we have on us. We're collecting things right now. Can you see? A lot of them say kill, delve, occult, fun things. Fun things with fun words on them. And you can see that along with us, thanks to Roll20. So if you don't already have one, go click the link to Roll20, post it in the chat, or post it down below, and get yourself a Roll20 account and play games online with your friends. Play spooky games like this one, or play very soft and sweet ones, completely opposite to this one. They're all good. Go play games. Games are great. Play games with your friends at a healthy and respectable social distance. We also, of course, use web captioners, webcaptioner.com. You can go check out if you want to caption your own stuff, because accessibility, make everything accessible, makes it better for everyone. Let everyone play at the table and access great stories. I think that's everyone who I want to thank for all their cool stuff and what we're using to do the things and the stuff that we do here. So quickly we'll go around and say hi to everyone. I will say hi, I'm Jess. Thanks for being here. This is my channel. If you found it, you found me. And you should hit the follow button if you haven't already, so we can hang out and do lots of games and tell stories together. Here on the Twitch channel, we do games like this, but today in this game in particular, I am Mellifera, your friend who's full of bees. Maybe your friend. Not super friendly, honestly, but a person full of bees. Mostly bees. A bee mech, if you will. Bees top to bottom, I think, is what we decided to describe it as. And I'm excited to go in and... No, I'm not. You know what? We're in a scary and dangerous situation, and I am worried. So this game is doing me a heckin' concern, and I'm excited to explore that. So let's go and see who else wants to say hi. Let's go around to... I'm gonna go this way in this motion. Nope, opposite. This way. Sharon. Hi, Sharon. How you doing today? How's it going? Who you playing? What's up?
Hi, I'm Sharon. You can find me on Twitter at @chew_baka. And today I am playing Ochre, who is a unmasked Aelfir who is a hound, which is kind of like a reincarnated City Watch sort of person. It's complicated. But yeah, she is kind of like an unofficial diplomatic figurehead for the Haven, which is why she was wandering around to other landmarks trying to talk to people. Yeah, that's all I have.
Awesome. Love it. And then next, if we continue this motion that I made, is Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam. You can find me at Sam and Damiel, and today I'm playing Vantage, the Deadwalker, in a cowboy hat. And I just was parted from a cute dog friend, a bloody bony dog friend, who gave me a piece of them to remember them by, so we'll never be truly separated. And now all I want to do is get home, back to my graveyard, where everything is completely normal.
Perfect.
The
That's
graves
such.
dig themselves in the graveyard. Yeah, that's important, otherwise it doesn't... Completely normal just seems like it's completely normal. It's not at all normal.
Not much is normal in the heart, so.
Bafflington is exceptionally not normal.
Exceptionally not. Perfect. Love it. Next up is... I wanted to introduce your friend and not you. Is Ryan and a special guest.
Yeah, I'm Ryan. You can find me on Twitter at @TheOneTrueK. And today I'm playing Roa, the witch, who has a infatuation with books, and is interested in learning more about that. But before that happens, we've got to get through this delve and whatever else might be in store for us.
Speaking of what's in store for us.
I'm Jordan. I'm at Made of Cartoons, wherever it counts, and I'm the GM of this strange game. So I will want to remind everyone before we get started that we do have a way for you to support the stream and streamers by knocking on the door. Basically, you can click the link down just below the video and knock at our spooky door and donate a little bit of cash. And every time we hit $50, something weird happens. A door opens, even if it's someplace that couldn't have a door open in it. The heart is more than happy to create a door where one wasn't. The last time it happened, we met a very strange. What was his name that we called him before? He was... No, not his real name.
Jumanji.
Jumanji McHunter guy or whatever. Yeah. A strange hunter from Grindel's the Grindel Hunting Lodge, seemingly kicked out, showed up in the middle of a very potentially tense situation with the Red Queen. So yeah, screw around with our game, force me to think even more on my feet than my players make me. And of course, all this money gets split up between all of the players of the game to make sure that everyone puts a lot of work into these things in one way or another, and time. So yeah, help us out, and also screw around with our game a bit in a fun way. Oh, Frankie, great. So speaking of wild beasts, we're gonna start right where we left off. The journey that you're currently on is between... You've left the Red Market on a favor Ochre owed to a Vermisian knight named Cletus to track down that hunter that robbed his way through the Red Market. You found him on the edge of a river of gold, where you managed to... Ochre's Hound skills kicked in, and basically in a stare down, got him to admit to having stolen everything, and now Ochre has it all in their possession. We also included a small boat that conveniently helped them get across this river of molten gold. When we got to the other side, though, there was a lot of chaos up ahead. Despite Mellifera's pleas to just walk past this one, it was discovered that there was a cave mouth that was overgrown with this dark purple crystal, and you came across a Incarnadine, seemingly on their way to the Temple of Sagacity, that was being basically assaulted by their own serfs, which is unheard of. For a time, you were fine with it because capitalism sucks, but the serfs began to turn on all of you. They came towards you chanting, "No gods, no masters," under their breath, and you could see that they were overgrown with this purple crystal. A lot of them are eating it. Frankie butt. Yeah. Stop, get your butt off. camera. Okay, so yes, some of them are eating the crystal, and their mouths were covered in the purple crystal dust, and weapons were drawn, and I think some shots were fired, but more of them began spilling out of the caves, and with that, Roa took their true form and began charging towards the the fight. So Roa, we'll start with you. If you can give us a description as best as you can describe this unknowable form that you have.
Yeah, Roa's true form is like it's very canine in nature, a long snout, dripping like fangs really coming out of their mouth. The hair is long, shaggy, and sparse. And where you can see Roa's skin, you can see words etched what look like in blood, words from the book that they read.
And you are unrecognizable from this form is unrecognizable from your normal form, right? Like,
oh yeah,
you went and hid and then leapt out of your hiding place in your true form, and so Ochre, Vantage, and Mellifera, you don't recognize the beast that comes out of the woods as it charges towards the fight. Now, Roa, as you, I'm assuming you want to get an attack in against something here, but
yeah.
as you charge forward, so for context, before the delve started, you did a ritual that provided you some insight into visions that you may see on this, and one of them was a leaf of paper, falling through the air. But as you dive forward, the Incarnadine, so in fear of losing their own life, has lifted up their very bulky ledger as a shield against the scraping claws of the serfs, the cursed creatures that they become. And a serf is just tearing through the ledger, and as you run forward, sheets of names and numbers just like are flying up into the air and falling past you in shreds. We don't do symbolism here. As you charge towards the serfs. So what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna try and jump in and tear at that serf. I'm imagining like this slow motion shot of like Roa's face passing through all of like the torn up paper.
Okay, yeah. And you're gonna go after the one that's going after the Incarnadine?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that will be a kill religion or kill curse roll for me, please.
Okay, and I roll with mastery on hunt and kill checks when I'm in my true form.
That's right. And I guess this situation, technically, you would roll with mastery as well because of the... But you've chosen a new ability that allows your friends to channel your visions as well. So
yeah.
The first person to act in this situation with the ledger papers flying everywhere will also get mastery.
Okay, and you said it's kill
curse religion. Or kill religion.
All right. That's 2d10 for me.
Even with the mastery?
Yeah. Because I don't have the kill skill.
But you have religion or cursed?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have haven and occult.
Oh, good thing then. All right.
I got a 6.
Okay. You get in and you can roll your stress for your damage, which I believe is a D4 unless you've upgraded it.
No, I haven't.
Okay, so standard is a D4.
1.
Okay. And the surf that you have landed on, and so this is you are clawing and and tearing at them. Is that kind of the actions you make? Okay. You kind of grab onto the scruff of the serf in order to like try and pull them off, and you do get a little bit of a handle on them. And as you pull them back, they're a purple clawed hand. Basically, their whole hand up until just past the wrist is starting to turn into this purple crystal, and it turns towards you and just slashes at you for 2 blood stress.
Okay, I have 2 blood protection.
Oh, okay. Your new form sort of shifts to get out of the way of the claws so that no injury manages to take purchase. All right, what is everyone else doing? Obviously, this creature is on your side, or at the very least, is choosing to attack your opponents. Roa is nowhere to be seen, but you do recognize you see these papers falling from the sky and recognize the omen. This is close to what Roa had said it would come to pass. And there are dozens. There's like a dozen or so of these creatures now spilling out of the caves. I'll also remind Mellifera that the crystals are her fault because she wanted to. you chose the thing to collect cursed resources.
So you're blaming Mellifera for something that Jess did. So I just want to point out that those are 2 different people.
Okay. Well, then it's your fault, Jess.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm glad you feel better.
Thanks. That's great. Trying to remember. Vantage is already shooting at them. There's a monster eating them now. I'm pretty sure I sent out some bees. Ochre.
I don't think I've shot at them yet, so how about I take my time to do that now?
Okay.
So you said it was a kill religion or kill cursed?
Yep. If you're using a rifle, I'd allow hunt.
Okay. I do have hunt as a skill, so I will do that. And that's 2d10s that I get to roll then.
You get to roll with mastery as well because of because this is an ominous portent.
Ah. Cool. Alright, the highest I have is an 8.
Okay, that's success. You can go ahead and roll your d8 stress die.
Alright, I
For
don't have
your,
a
with
d8
Rand
out,
or-
so I will roll 20. How do I roll with a token? Or I'll just.
You just can roll your d8. Don't roll the
Alright, 2.
the same. 2. Okay. They seem to not feel. They don't seem to be. They're getting hit by your attacks, and chunks of them are being tossed around, but they don't seem to be having. Things don't seem to be sticking. You know what I mean? Like they don't seem to care too much. Where fear is the main driver in war, they don't seem to feel it, and they just keep encroaching. As your shot rings out, you do chip off a chunk of crystal off of one of them that should go flying into the distance, but instead starts to spin in the midst of all of them. It's like really starting to whip up speed, and shattered crystal starts to be pulled towards it as well. This is sort of floating in the middle of the crowd, and you can kind of see that some of the people who are trying to get towards you are now getting pulled backwards. They're like grabbing onto the ground to kind of, and you can see their claws like dragging through the ground as they're trying to get towards you, but are being drawn back to this spinning, snowballing purple crystal that seems to be doing stuff. It's doing stuff.
Yeah, Ochre is definitely gonna see this and be like, Mellifera, Can you do anything about this?
I am literally looking through my skills right now. Like, what do I have that seems relative to this? What's happening?
What's your anti-crystal powers?
Yeah, where's... Oh, here it is! Sorry, I just discovered a skill I have. It's called Nyx Crystal.
Surely there are things you can do.
Oh, I mean...
So we'll go back to Roa then, who is in the thick of it. This person, the one you're fighting, Roa, doesn't seem to be being drawn, and is lunging at you. What would you like to do? The Incarnadine is now backed up against the cave's mouth, and the cave, like side of the cave, and
this one that's lunging at me, I think Roa is just going to leap into midair and meet them like mid jump.
Okay.
I think like also kind of like the initial transformation takes a lot out of Roa, but now that Roa has found himself a little bit, he remembers that they have a knife, a sacred blade, and
okay,
they're gonna pull that out and use that as a part of their thrashing.
As you think about it, it sort of just grows out of your hand. It's as though all your equipment kind of melded with you, and so just this bone dagger kind of grows out of the palm, and you still have to grip it, but it's also part of you, heart stuff, and so you can do the d6, do d6 stress with that one as you go, but you're actively going to try and attack, so that's another kill. Kill, cursed, or religion. I don't think you roll with mastery anymore, or you roll with mastery because of your true form, right? Yeah. But the other ability is done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got a 9.
That's a success. You can go ahead and roll that d6.
3.
All right. With that, the creature is the bone blade shoves into the stomach of the as you kind of hold onto its shoulder to really leverage the knife, and it starts to, like, where you cut it splits open like a geode, and purple crystals are sort of crumbling out, and they all start to get drawn past you, and that's when you turn around and you see this crystal in the that's swirling in the air, and the bits and pieces of this thing spill away and are being dragged up there, and before you is a terrified Incarnadine. The smell of like sweat and pee coming off of this terrified man is like very, with your new wild form, it's like very potent, and he pulls the book up over himself, expecting you to murder him next.
At this point, I want to glance around and see if any of my companions are in.
Actually, at this, urine seemed too clinical. At this point, though, I think I will get you to do a endure curse roll, Roa.
Okay. I think this is a risky roll.
Because it is not, because it's not in...
Because
it's not killer hunt or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I only have 1d10 for this, so...
Okay, so that means you get a partial success on a 10, and everything else is a fail, apart from a 1, which is, of course, a critical fail. So you need a 10.
Got a 3.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Good stuff.
Be in it now.
Your mind swims some part of you is unsatisfied by this kill because there was no blood and no guts to devour. And so for a moment, your eyes kind of go full feral as you stare at this flesh and bone incarnadine in front of you. I rolled a 1, so you take 1 mind stress, but you will have to roll against your total.
Okay, that's with a D12, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 7, which is greater than my total stress.
Okay, all right. And you manage to hold on to yourself briefly there. So I'll let everyone get a chance to do something now, as the crystal is gathering more, and while you watch, entire serfs are dragged up and glommed onto the crystal, and their bones break and wrap around it and start to form.
How big is this crystal?
The crystal got to be about the size of like a watermelon before it started attracting, its gravity seemed to start attracting other things. But now they are like...
So like snowballing almost?
Yeah, but also like clay, because the serfs are just sort of like glomming onto it and wrapping around it in unnatural ways to kind of reshape what it is into some kind of golem monster.
Cool.
Melfari, you look like you want to say something.
Well, I wanted to ask. I have this thing. I have my my dimensional barometer.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to use that? Because this seems like this could be some sort of weird interdimensional rift or odd occult thing. Like, would it help me to
It
analyze
seems like
the
it's some kind of
situation
weird
at
occult
all?
thing.
Yeah, it could
has a
be
vague-
occult. For all I know, this is a completely natural occurrence here in this here space. Like, maybe this is how these kinds of golem babies are born. I don't know. It's
You
just-
are asking if it can help in discerning information about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Give me a discern occult roll. You should, I think you have the discern skill, don't you?
I'm trying to check that. Give me 1 second. Also, while I'm looking for this, we're almost halfway up our challenge bar. If anyone wants to see any weird ass crystal shit happening, now might be a good time to donate. Just saying. While I pull out these dice.
Yeah, things aren't weird enough right now.
No, things aren't weird enough. Do you want to see some weird crystal stuff happening? Definitely a good time. I do have discern and occult, so I guess I will
Perfect.
roll.
And because this situation, I will say that the papers are being dragged in as well, and so,
The papers from the Incarnadine's book.
Yeah, and it
who's
seems to
currently
be less that they're
peeing himself.
Yes, it seems to be less. He's urinating himself, actually. It seems to be less that the papers are being pulled in specifically, and more just the action of the whipping around of everything is pulling them in. But yeah,
Okay.
you can roll with mastery on this as well because you're interacting with the situation.
Holy dang!
Wait.
That's a lot.
Wait.
That's a lot. No, you said it.
Might
I'm taking all these dice
No,
now and I'm rolling them.
I need to look at the ability quickly.
I'm rolling the dice now.
Your allies can also roll with mastery when they interact with the... Okay. It's the first time. Yeah, alright, so everyone gets to do it once.
Ooh.
Cool. Sweet. Okay. I rolled a spider, which should be a B. It's a 10. I also
A
rolled
spider,
a 6.
which should be
Right.
a B,
Which
but
should
it's
be a
also
B.
a 10.
Just like
Technically
color
ask-
it with yellow paint or something?
Yeah, it could. I could definitely recolor some of these to be Bs. I should probably do that.
So you got a 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I quickly ask, just like, what is the flash of insight you got from the omen that I predicted?
Oh, that's true. Because you told us this was gonna happen, right?
Well, I'm imagining like maybe you get some kind of like vision yourself, like a quick piece of a vision.
I don't know. I almost like the idea. I don't know. I almost like the idea of getting like, would we get any sense that like, we still don't have confirmation yet, but like, do we get any sense that this is? I almost like the idea of like seeing this monster and then getting this like, that like quick scene cut eyeball flash of like Roa inside the monster kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And then
You mean of the Roa? You see Roa inside the Roa monster? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying inside the crystal
Roa?
monster?
Oh no, inside the Roa monster.
Okay.
Yeah. and then I was gonna say, I almost like the idea because you just had that bad effect happen that these papers are still coming down, but now there's almost like a burning paper smell coming off of them as like this turns kind of additionally cursed because it wasn't cursed enough yet. So, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or maybe even the corners of the pages like start to like some of them are like bursting into flame, or at least.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Sure. You go into processing mode as you observe the situation, and the dimensional barometer, which you're holding in your hand, starts to float up above your hands and swirl. And normally it's like a compass that like looks in 5 dimensions. You know, it isn't specifically for analyzing this type of thing, but you know how to manipulate your technology well enough to try and attune it to what's going on. And so the way I imagine the bees is that they are they operate like a computer, but like you know, the old difference engine might have done, which would be like tumblers and gears and mechanics to do the math of things. And so when you're processing things, the bees sort of move in certain ways and arrange themselves in glow glyphs in certain ways to calculate stuff. And so I imagine sort of glyphs on you start to process, like go, which is actually the bees moving underneath your.
I like the idea that they're doing bee math in the air.
Yeah, they have little chalks.
They're doing bee algebras.
Yeah, algebes.
Algebes. These
algebes. Yeah. And the papers that are flying around, the name. The letters on it are sort of in your vision start drifting off of them, and they start spelling ROA all over the place. And you see all of that those letters sort of glow on the beast that is that has burst out of the woods. And yeah, as the papers get drawn in, their edges start to get singed in this purple flame. And the barometer, still doing its work, has that blue glow that the bees have that turns purple. And it draws in the smoke from the paper, and that starts to sort of draw a pulsing line of smoke into the cavern. As if to indicate the source of what's going on is deeper still.
Ugh, so we can't even get rid of it by, like, we have to go in there? Ugh.
Vantage, is there something you'd like to do with your mastery die in this situation?
Well, I would have to reload, because the thing I think Vantage wants to do is shoot the giant crystal thing.
Okay, so a reload means that you have to get put into kind of a dangerous situation in order to do it. The guns in Spire and Heart are kind of based on a lot more old-fashioned stuff.
Yes, I got it.
So it takes a little bit of time. And there are a few stragglers that seem to be not close enough yet to get sucked into the kind of vortex that's happening here. And so one of them comes up from behind you, and I'll need you to roll an evade cursed roll for me, please.
Evade cursed.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have neither, I just get 1 d10.
Yeah, but I'll allow you to roll with mastery because you're in this situation with the paper. Okay. And a sheet passes by you, and the letters on it rearranged to say "Look out."
8.
That's a success. So you duck low enough, and this creature is leaping towards you. they go past you and you see them just slam into the and join the fleshy clay.
Conglomerate.
Yeah. You clobber?
No, joins the conglomerate.
Oh, the conglomerate, yes.
Yeah.
I thought you said I clobber it, and I'm like, oh.
No,
okay.
I don't have a... That's not how you use a gun, sorry.
You didn't put any points into clobber?
No, there's no clobbering time points. Okay. Unfortunately.
Yeah. The game's only flaw. The game is only flaw. So,
yeah.
All right, so you can take your shot now if you like.
Okay, Hold on. What is the thing I can do? Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna shoot the thing.
That's what I was thinking you were thinking.
I'm gonna shoot the thing, and I have the option. To use, I have the major ability Invidious Spectre. So I can, I gotta read and talk at the same time. Any weapon I carry is considered to have the conduit tag. I can mark D4 stress to mine to roll with mastery when I attack for the remainder of the current situation.
Sure.
So that seems like
you kind of connect yourself to your death.
Yeah.
Voluntarily.
I mean, we're always connected, but now it's more.
All right, go ahead and well, I can roll the D4 for you, I suppose.
Awesome, that works.
Go ahead and take 3 mind stress.
All right, so I took the minor soothe, so I have 1 to any of my protection values till the end of the session. So let's do mind, I guess, because that makes sense. So I'm taking 2 stress.
Yep. You can go ahead and roll that D12 first. So what happens is the shadow kind of unzips down the middle. The shadow the Peter Pan shadow that follows you around unzips down the middle and sort of drifts and reassembles, just sort of melding into the rifle. And you can see it kind of swirling around the outside, and like in and out of the metal and wood of the hunting rifle. And when you look down the sight, you can see that something is like enhancing how easily you can target it, and you can almost see like the pulsing of the crystal in the middle, as though you might be seeing someone's heart. The perfect target for something. How did you do on your D12 roll?
So I have 7 stress, and I rolled an 8.
Okay. Someday I will give some more Fallout to you people, but it is not right now.
Not this day.
All right. Go ahead and make a kill. Curse roll for me, please.
Okay.
With mastery.
So I have kill, so I get a die from that. I don't have cursed, so I'm rolling
3.
3.
Because
okay.
1 for free, 1 for kill, and 1 for mastery.
Cool. Highest is 7.
All right, that's a hit. Fortunately, you're gonna take some supply stress because of guns.
Yay, gun.
2 supply stress. The shot rings out. You can go ahead and roll your D6.
Okay. 1.
1? Okay.
1. So I took 2 more supply stress.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to roll that again, yeah?
Yes, the D12 again against 9.
Failed.
Okay, what number did you get?
3.
Okay, so you're gonna get some minor supply stress. So the reason you take supply stress when you're firing guns is because that's how you run out of ammunition.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sending you a couple of options. you can choose between a rock and a hard place. As the bullet flies through, it does pierce through the flesh of the serfs, and there is a sound of just like a little tink as it hits Crystal in the middle, and then it hangs in the air for a moment, and then it starts looking like it starts to as the last of the serfs are collected into this form, it starts to rearrange itself, and they kind of the bodies kind of slide around the outside to go into positions that make sense, and it is now big. Like in D&D terms, it's like a large creature. It's got to be 12 or 13 feet tall, and Ochre, I need you to make a endure curse roll, please, because it's about to remind you of something you've seen before.
Okay, I don't have either of those, so it's just the D10, correct?
That's right. Yep.
Okay. Oh, I rolled a 9.
Okay. You see it transform very similar to how you saw Baffling Din transform in your vision, whereas the shape, the main body that is becoming like a torso, like a bunch of serfs all bent and molded together, reach out and form an arm whose fist punches into the ground, and it is starting to take on the form of a vaguely humanoid shape. Its head with like this huge dripping mouth that is made out of several serf jaws that have formed together, and has these hands mounted on it, but the skin seems to get pulled back from the bone and extends into these grasping kind of antlers, and now you have this other kind of beast to deal with, this amalgam beast, and Mellifera, the purple trail continues to pulse towards the cave. What's
can
next,
everyone else
everybody?
Can everyone else see it, or do I'm holding out this barometer? It's kind of like floating, and
yes.
it's
everyone else. I will say everyone else can see it. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah. Does anyone? Sorry. Mellifera doesn't laugh. This is me. Do we see? I was gonna say something out loud, but do we see, like, is there a big space? Like, could we reasonably get around the monster, or does it seem like we have to fight the monster to get into the cave? I was gonna ask my fellow companions, but they might just end up asking you as well, because we need to have a visual descriptor.
You'll be able to get there, but it will involve like an evade or an evade roll kind of thing to just make sure that you clear.
Ugh. Fine. All right. Mellifera sighs and like just I think it looks really weird because I think they kind of like just we've discussed last episode how all the bees are kind of in there pumping the bellows. And so the majority of the bees are now focused on moving the legs very, very quickly. I feel like it almost like like ninja run, like arms, like just top half body, not so focused anymore. Bottom half body, very, very, very quick attempt to get around this thing and into the cave to see if, because everyone else can fight it, and I guess I'll go try and look at what the problem is.
Okay. You're not alerting anybody. I mean, you're about to run, so.
I was gonna say something, like how I stopped myself to say something twice, and then I'm just like, ugh, whatever, just run it, just.
Well, yeah. Do you let us know beforehand that you're gonna try to do something?
You know what I think I'll do? I think what Mellifera does is they probably, they definitely do sigh very heavily. They don't want to have to do this. They probably put the barometer down, and say, we're going in the cave. If you will continue to distract the beast, please. And that is where the smoke is indicating the actual issue is. So we will be back, hopefully very soon.
I think Vantage goes to reach into like the ammo pouch and brings up like an empty hand and goes, distract. Sure.
Right? That's the fallout you're choosing?
Yeah.
Okay. You can discard the other one, and I'll
Yeah, I gotta
throw it back in the
figure
deck.
out how to do that. And
Just
then
drag it out of your. You can just drag it out onto the board.
fuck, go away. There we go. Cool.
I hope you got something fun.
I'm out of ammo.
Oh.
Another party member can help Vantage out by taking some supply stress of their own by offering up some of their ammunition if you got a similar weapon, which would be
Probably ochre.
it would mean ochre, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Does your gun take belets?
but before this happens, horrible. If before that happens, if that's what's happening with Mellifera, I need that evade curse roll, please.
Is Roa in a position to help distract this thing so Mellifera can get by?
Yes. Yeah, sure. I'll say just as long as you have evade or cursed.
No.
You need one of those to be able to.
Okay.
Help. Do you have wild?
No, I only have Haven and Occult.
Okay. Unfortunately, I mean, narratively, yes, you can just help distract, but it's mechanically, unfortunately, no. You know what? I'd let you do sort of like a setup if you want. Put yourself at risk in order to make her life easier. So a roll, and if it's successful, she'll roll with mastery.
Okay.
How's that work for you?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. So what would you do to distract?
I think. Can I just can I just get a quick description again of like the scene, like the physical scene?
Well, the creature is vaguely humanoid in shape now, but it's also shaped out of other humanoids. It's big, towers over everyone, it's 12, 13 feet tall, and it's still coalescing right now, and so I'm giving everyone an opportunity to take their actions before it starts really throwing in. It's in the middle of, well, you were kind of moving down this forest, like wooded path, and it's sort of in the middle of that path, and it's close to the opening where the Incarnadine is all but passed out from terror.
I think Roa would just go to engage it head on so that Roa's the target rather than Mellifera.
Okay. So do you just want to attack it? Is that basically what you're thinking?
Like a hunt or a kill kind of thing is what I'm thinking.
Sure. Let's do a kill. Let's do a kill cursed.
Okay.
Unfortunately, however, this creature has become a lot bigger, and its reach is great. So this is a risky roll.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Well, I got a 2.
So I will say the distraction still happens, obviously, because it turns to you as you're coming, and it just swats at you. Unfortunately, it has gotten stronger now that it has become a bunch of things into one thing, and you take 6 blood stress.
Okay.
Whoa.
Which turns it 4 total because I've got 2 protection. And I will roll my fallout.
Elfara, you can go ahead and roll your evade cursed with a mastery die.
Evade cursed.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're gonna get minor fallout. So clear out all of your blood stress.
Okay.
Oh, and Sam, you can take get rid of all of your supply stress for
I was going to ask about when we had a moment.
Yeah. All right. couple of minor blood stresses for you to choose from, Roa. What'd you get, Malifera?
8.
All right. You see Roa just get absolutely slammed as you duck out of the way and into the cave.
We'll deal with that later.
The cave mouth is thick with this this purple pulsing, like purple glowing crystal, which is the only sickly light source that you can see as you dive in, and the purple kind of ghostliness, like the smoke is leading that way as well. I'm gonna get Ochre to roll a Endure Curse roll for me, please.
Sure. Just one die, right? This is what we established last time. Oh, that's a 10 actually.
A 10? All right.
Yeah.
You hear a dissonant tune, like song, like a whistle almost, and not music at all, but music nonetheless, and it seems to follow the chaotic random pulse of this smoke. But you are able to resist it for now. But something dangerous. Malifera is getting herself into something dangerous, and you just have a sense of it.
Okay. I would like to maybe try to toss Vantage a pack of bullets. 2 bullets come in packs. Sure. Okay.
It's hard.
And maybe try to follow Malifera, because it seems like this is a bad idea for her to go alone.
Okay. I'll need an evade curse from you as well. And you can do it with mastery, since it looks like this monster is going into just end Roa. So.
Oh, it's the guilty mastery die. Alright, there's a 10 there as well. That's the highest that I rolled.
There's a 10?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. So you just, you're kind of, the militaristic instincts that were embedded in you when you took the Hound's badge off of that dying Hound so long ago, you kick in and you just kind of tuck and roll towards the thing, and you are immediately just gun out right beside Malifera, heading down this crystalline path.
I also take supply stress as well, right? Because
Yes.
I just tossed her some bullets.
Oh, okay. Yes, you take D6 supply stress. I missed that in the mix. So you two will have to roll your D12 against it, but Vantage, you can get rid of that fallout.
Ooh, I have a little ammunition.
It seems like the ammunition is in the right hands at this point. Roa.
Right
I love that we let 2 people are outside the cave, 2 people are inside the cave.
Splitting the party is the best idea.
It's all fine.
This is so good.
Roa, you got thrown with the impact of this hit, and you're clutching your chest, and blood that is somehow still pulsing, as though it's still in your veins, is like flowing out of a large wound in your chest. It's fine for now, but it's going to have an impact on you sooner rather than later.
We'll deal with that later.
I'll need you to make an evade occult or evade wild as this thing is bringing its hands down on you, unless there is something else you would like to do to be proactive.
No, I'll just try and get out of the way. Evade rolls are no longer considered risky because I took Blood Quiet.
Perfect.
And
you can also endure if you have an endure.
no,
Well, you don't have either.
I don't have either, and
All right.
I can avoid making it risky by using evade. So I will do that. So I think that's 2d10 for me. Oh, come on. 2.
2? Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, wait, no, I roll with mastery because I'm in my true form.
Right.
6.
Okay. So you're
Oh.
still going to take a little bit, but you are going to get far enough away to be able to prepare. 3 blood stress reduced down to 1.
Okay.
As the purple claws, actually they form into they seem to conglomerate into a ball of meat and crystal, and just swing down to slam into you. But it sort of clips you, but you roll out of the way and get back up into position. Okay, so we're now into 2 groups here, and I'm going to try and switch back and forth between the 2 of you. Vantage, now that you have some ammunition, we'll say that you could reload your rifle during the time that the ammunition was being tossed to you.
Awesome.
Assuming that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an action before we hop over to cave shenanigans.
Cool. Then I guess with Ochre and Mellifera running into the cave, I'm gonna be like, let's see. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Just go, fuck, and then, hey, ugly, and then shoot it again.
Hey, ugly, classic. Okay, give me a kill cursed, or
gosh.
kill wild if you have wild.
I have desolate and religion.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. Let me just reread my thing. I still have mastery because of the conduit tag.
Yes, for the rest of this
So,
situation. Yep.
Another one of you. 8.
All right. This time the shot rings. It hits clean into it, and you can go ahead and roll some. Roll some your stress die. Your D. 5. Very nice.
Yeah.
So I will say that creatures have protections on them that are kind of just like armor that absorbs some damage, but 5 definitely pierces through and actually does some damage directly to it. First of all, it's part crystal, which seems pretty sturdy, and then also just the layers and layers of meat of people that have been kind of covered over top of it are absorbing a lot of the blows. But something kind of crunches. Its new crystal skeleton has been hit by your rifle round. So we're gonna hop over to the caves. It feels like you're inside of a geode. You know, like that's what except for like a small worn path. It's like just this cylindrical corridor of randomly growing purple crystal. There are chunks of it everywhere, and gathering some up is easy enough if you do want to take samples as you go, Mellifera.
Is it not my belief thus far? I feel as if we believe that this crystal, once touching a person, does, kind of change their idea of what to do with themselves. Therefore, I would like to not touch the crystal. At least immediately. What we are looking for, Mellifera is looking like for the smoke that is coming out of the barometer and like heading down. Can we tell if it has a long way to go? Because we don't want to abandon our friends for an extended period of time. Like, if this seems like this is, like, a long thing, then we're not going to.
You can do a Discern Warren roll for me.
Discern Warren, that sounds fun.
Ochre, if you have either of those, you can, of course, help.
I do not have either of those, unfortunately.
Let's do it together. No? Okay. Dang.
I'll watch you do it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, I would have followed you and been like, Mellifero, shouldn't have run off on your own. I guess you're not ever truly alone, but my point is still...
I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Okay. I have both of those things. Heck yeah. Okay, I rolled a 1 and a 7, but also a 6, and I want to use my ability, my Sacred Geometry.
Yeah, is it once per session or something?
My Sacred Geometry minor majestic ability.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sequence of events here. Once per situation when you roll to resolve an action, and you roll a 6, it can be counted as a 10.
Okay.
Oh!
Nice. So you dodge, you'll dodge stress, and there isn't far to go. The cavern opens up, maybe another 10, 12 feet and into a larger room, and there is something glowing, like a larger purple glow in there, but something eclipses it, like periodically, like something is moving over the source of the light or around it. It's like flies around a lantern or something. Moths, I guess, is better around a lantern.
Moths to a crystal flame.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you joining us, Ogre. We think that the source of this issue might be right here, and therefore, if it's going to be a problem to take down this crystal beast, perhaps instead we should stop the source.
It feels very dangerous, Mellifera.
Yes, but so is fighting the monster outside. And everyone seemed to jump right upon doing that.
Fair enough. I'm with you. If it means anything.
Certainly. Let's try and stop this so that...
With haste.
Is there any action you would like to take as you progress down? Actually, this might be a good chance to use your sneaking.
I don't think I have a sneaking.
Oh no, it's not sneak. It's related to evade. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's sneak up on this crystal. We'll never know what's coming.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to do, or are you two just going to slowly progress towards the
No, not slowly. We specifically said extremely hastily.
We're hearing Roa being beat up outside.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So you rush down towards the end of the tunnel. First thing, you get there, and the thing that is blocking, there's a crystal floating in the middle of this room. It has sinewy crystalline tendrils that seem to just drape out to the walls of the crystal cavern here, as though there's some kind of organicness to the or fleshiness to the crystal itself. And the moth that's eclipsing it is actually one of the Incarnadine serfs that is on the crystal and crawling all around it. Think horror films sped up, like crawling on the wall kind of thing. And it is desperately this crystal is like naturally formed. It's not like a gemstone, so there are protrusions and stuff all over it. And it is desperately trying to bite a chunk off of it. But when it looks up at you, you can see that it has broken all of its teeth trying to bite down on this crystal. And just a bloody, gum-filled mouth stares at you. And then you all have a flash, because this is another omen.
Damn it, Roa!
He's having a bad enough time.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, they're having a bad enough time.
And I'll get you both to do resist cursed rolls, please, because this is hella cursed, and I need you to resist it.
No, it's hella cursed.
Well, before I roll for this, I think I'll just tell you I rolled for the supplies stress I took before.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled a 3 for that, and so then I had 3 supplies and 3 echo, and then I
Okay.
rolled a 3 on my D12 fallout die. So
Okay.
I would have taken some fallout then. There.
From the supply stress. Okay, so
Yes.
you can clear out the minor supply, and I'll toss you a couple of
Okay.
clear out your supply stress, and I'll toss you a couple of minor supply stress to choose from.
Okay. And this is a resist cursed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Resist curse?
Or I mean, endure cursed.
Endure cursed. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any of the either.
I don't have any of those either.
Yay!
Let's go. And I already used my 10. My
But you get to
6.
roll with mastery.
Oh, we do?
Yes, because you're
Omen.
Oh!
dealing with the omen.
Oh!
You were sort of prepared for this.
Oh my god. Okay, thanks, Ro.
Okay. All right, I got a 1 and an 8. So, woo.
An 8 is good.
I got a 1 and a 6, but I've already used my good 6, so it's just a 6.
This is a bad 6.
It's a bad
Okay.
6, not a good 6.
You're gonna take some echo stress.
Wahoo! Ooh, I have Echo Protection.
You take 2 echo stress.
So do I only
reduced
take
to
1?
1. Yeah.
Heh.
But you're still taking some stress, so you need to roll that d12
A D12. Come here.
against your
I don't.
total stress.
I know. I don't want to jinx it and say how low my total stress is because I feel like that'll curse it. We're already dealing with this curse here, so
I believe in you, Justice Dice.
come on, baby. Yeah, 10.
Okay. I'll get you one day.
One of these get you.
It's just gonna accumulate until you're. Okay, sorry. I just want to get. And Sharon, your Ochre's old minor one, the debtor, has been repaid, so you can discard that one.
Okay.
So I gave you 2 new ones to choose. We're gonna hop back outside. The creature, this amalgamation of crystal and meat, its skin is starting to turn more to crystal than flesh, and it looks over towards. It's about to head over towards Roa again, but it looks over towards the cavern, as if it knows now something is in. It's like the cavern is an extension of this creature, and something is crawling around inside of it that isn't supposed to be there. And it starts to move over towards that. Roa and Vantage, what would you like to do?
Butts. Butts.
Roa is gonna give Vantage a look. And I think it's a look that Vantage has probably seen multiple times before, where it's kind of like, yeah, we're up to something right now.
But what
So
does that
this
look
giant
like from a monster as opposed to a
canine
people?
Yeah.
creature gives me a familiar look, and I'm like, gosh. I think the thing I was planning to do was use my death.
Okay.
Because I can use my death every once in a while to make a murder,
Mm-hmm.
an attempted murder, and I think this is the time.
And I will argue that it will go past the protection, because it's a shadow. It can get into places. It can get past the weaknesses. So, if you do hit, any damage done by it will apply directly to the creature itself.
All right, you hear that, Dice? If we do hit, it's good.
Yeah, but I'll need a kill. I'll need a kill cursed from you.
Okay. Oh, I don't have mastery on this one. Wait, do I? Or is it just with the conduit tag?
It says all of your weapons have conduit tag,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Any
Cool.
weapon you carry. Is your death a weapon that you carry?
It is. I have it as a. It functions as a weapon.
As a kill. Yeah, okay. I mean, it only makes sense. It only makes sense.
Cool.
Carry it in a metaphorical way.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it carries me sometimes.
Yeah.
Attempting to carry me back to the grave where I belong.
That's right.
Drat, the highest is the 6.
No. Reroll any dice that you rolled. The original roll is a version you received. There's a vision, rather. It's
Okay.
one of my dire portents ability. This
I'm
is
gonna
the look.
say, I'm gonna say that the conduit, with you're connecting yourself to your death, it sinks into you. Normally, it kind of like hovers around you, but it goes into you, and for a moment, you look like a corpse. You look like someone that something that you've buried in the past, because your death decides this is the time where it's going to try and drag you down just a bit. It wants just a little bite of your life energy. Except Roa, who is probably using their own blood in some kind of like ritual as they're trying to decide what to do next, lets you know that a split second before your death attempts to do that to you, and that's why you get to reroll. You are invoking your death to come inside you to attack.
I lost you on Zoom.
You can't hear me?
Now I can hear you. For a
weird.
second, I was only hearing you through the stream that I have very, very quiet in the background.
Oh, weird.
So can you say that whole thing again? Because it's very, very quiet.
Roa's given you a vision of your own death, attempting to take part of your life away from you. It's greedy. It doesn't want to wait for forever, and so it's using this opportunity where you're kind of already on the back foot to try and do. And that's the explaining the D6 roll, the 6. But Roa has given you a vision. You've seen it. You can re-roll any number of those dice.
Any number?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can hang on to that 6.
What bad dice? 6.
It's still a 6?
Shoot.
On a different die.
On a different die? Okay.
We're going to have a conversation later.
It's still a hit. But you're gonna of course take a little supply stress as the gunshot as you're using your weapon. So you can go ahead and roll your
D8 for the death.
It's D8 now?
The death is a D8.
Okay. I have it as a D6 on my.
Oh, and on the
Oh, I believe you.
sheet,
I've
yeah.
updated it.
But I only rolled a 2.
But it's still. I said it was ignoring the armor. So as your you still foil your death's attempt at stealing a little bit of your life force, and almost like with like a chagrined with chagrined body language, it sort of splits away from you and just turns into like the shadowy wisp and just dives into the kind of multi-jawed mouth of the creature and just rattles around inside of it a little bit, which like kind of has it tearing at itself to try and get to where it is. Roa.
Would I be able to, because this thing is going to the opening of the cave now, correct?
Yes, and it's lumbering, for sure, but
could I try to like sneak up on it and just like straight up jump on its back and start biting and stabbing and tearing?
Sure. Absolutely. Kill cursed at this point.
Okay.
And you get your mastery die, obviously. And normally it would be a risky roll, but I'll say this is like a ambush backstab. It's been distracted. I will drop to a standard difficulty.
Oh, 3.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna say that frustration sets in as you do get up there onto the back of this thing and you try to bite down on it, and you just bite down on crystal. there's no you claw at what's left of the flesh, and basically it's like paper being ripped away, and to reveal the things underneath. And I'm gonna have you take some more mind stress, I think, in this situation, because
Okay.
you want to tear at flesh and bone, and that's not happening. Actually,
Has been denied.
it's gonna be echo stress.
Okay.
It's starting to become internalized here. 3 echo stress.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll that d12.
I have 6 stress and I rolled a 6.
That unfortunately is minor echo stress for you. All right. I have a feeling I know what you're going to pick, but you know what? There's 2 really good ones here. I will give them both to you, and you can decide.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, there's some particularly good echo ones. And actually, I think this is a good time to maybe take our break, because we're right at the 3:30-ish mark. And when we come back, we can find out what happened to Roa and what's going on in that cave. Thanks to everyone who's been watching. Thank you to the folks who tossed a little more money into the Knock at the Door fund. It would be a perfect time for some more chaos to be added to this. So, definitely do that, please. Yeah.
Because it's definitely not terrible already. It's definitely
It's not getting any dire.
A large door opens, another strange beast comes out. It's gonna be great. Thank you everybody. Hope everyone's having a good time, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for hanging out. See you in a sec. Hello, we are back. Welcome. From that we are apparently gonna snatch success from the crystalline jaws of defeat, I think. And definitely not have any bad or spooky things happen. No. It's going so well. So
Where we left off, first of all, a reminder about our knock at the door. All hell is already broken loose, which would mean I'd have to open a door to an alternate dimensions hell to unleash that hell as well. So please fill that up. Make my life 2 living hells in order to make their lives. I think it squares out to 4 living hells at that point that they'll be dealing with. So please do. Where we left off, Roa attempted to leap onto the back of the creature and did get up there, but found that its flesh was impenetrable to their true form's strike. It can't. There is no blood to taste. There is no flesh to scar. And so, I had Roa take some echo stress. The other 4 stresses are relatable as far as other RPG role-playing games go, but echo is meant to be specifically the heart messing with you. It's the effects of the heart getting in to you, and I save it for special occasions like this. Roa, your heart is beating in your ears. You are tired at clawing at stone, and you look over towards the Incarnadine, who is trembling behind their huge ledger, and all you can see is a meal. And there is an echoing howl, as though some wolf pack that you know is family, but you have not yet met, is calling out to you from a distance. And it says, "Feast." Now, I will allow you to roll an endure cursed to try and shake this off.
I think, Roa glances at Vantage and hears the howling, and I'm gonna make that roll.
Okay.
It's 1d10 and it's risky.
All right. A perfect storm.
9, not enough.
That is a fail, unfortunately. So you're gonna take a little more echo stress, and you're gonna charge over towards that Incarnadine. Leaping off of the thing that you really should be dealing with instead. Oh, so it's 1 echo stress.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for fallout.
Did you clear out all your other echo stress when you took the echo fallout?
I did, and I'm gonna clear out this echo stress as well.
After, yeah. Well,
because I just rolled a 3 and I have 4 total stress.
Oh wow, this is accelerating. So we're gonna come back and deal with this, clear out the echo stress from that, and we're gonna come back and deal with this after you do whatever you're gonna do to the Incarnadine. Vantage. I think it's time for another classic Vantage flashback, because your background is the main thing that has driven you down here. What's the best, and we'll keep it snappy, obviously, but you see Roa lunge towards basically the first Incarnadine who has done nothing to you all, and is absolutely just a terrified individual whose entire company has turned on them. And Roa has leapt off the back of this new crystalline creature to go seemingly dive towards it. A meaningless crime, a crime of just rage. So I'll need a little help with the flashback.
Okay.
Where do we go to a moment in your past where you did something like that?
Oh, I think we go off to the desert where Vantage hails from.
Okay. And you used to run with a pack of criminals, and there were often innocent folk in the way. And a crime has ended. Maybe you were robbing a caravan or something, and the driver of the wagon was injured but not killed. At any moment, the guard from the nearby settlement is going to be on you, and the rest of your crew was like, "We need to get out of here." What did old Vantage do before leaving that situation?
Oh, old Vantage was a rough and callous sort, and absolutely took a moment just to kill this injured, trapped bystander.
He would be a witness, right? Who cares? Yeah, so a bullet, that's the sound you hear that triggers this memory, is the bullet going between the eyes of this caravan person. This senseless death probably really didn't need to. Guy was scared enough, he wasn't going to do anything wrong. And you see Roa plowing, for whatever reasons, plowing towards this Incarnadine, who I won't even have Roa roll. The person has peed their pants. Their dignity is gone. They're also rigged to explode, so there's a good situation to avoid there. So Vantage, what would you like to do now?
I'd like to run and get between them with the butt of my gun.
Okay.
Using tools for things they're not made for.
That's the best thing to do. There's a fair. You've been keeping it to your distance because you're using a rifle. There's a fair amount of distance to cover. How are you covering it so quickly? Are you using any of your really cool abilities? Can't you?
I can become So the thing that gave me the sneak skill says your body unmoored from the lands of the living can become shadowy and indistinct. But the doing text is mostly like you could blow out a candle and focus and you turn all the lights off. Instead. So I don't necessarily have a skill that can get me over there fast.
So you may have to rely on your death to help you, I guess, in this case.
Yeah, it's gonna be me and my murderous shadow.
Okay, your death is more than happy to propel you between them, but I will need you to make an endure religion roll.
Absolutely. Can do that. I have both of those.
All right, give me a roll.
Nine.
Your shadow crawls back inside of you, and you find yourself just moving as a blur. And you see it's almost like a railgun kind of effect, but on either side of you are just rows of the dead that all just seem to be, their hands just seem to be pushing you forward faster and faster, and you suddenly find yourself in between Roa and the Incarnadine. Roa's in beast mode right now, so there will be another roll to stop this from happening. So what would you like to do to stop it?
Gosh, I think the first thing. Damn, if only I had a narrative rolled up newspaper.
You boop the snoot.
Boop the snoot.
That's 100% what I was imagining, because Rose in like a canine-ish monster form was like, down, put it down, not...
Bad.
Bad witch, bad.
Just like, this is not what we came here to do.
You do your murders on the pad, in the corner.
You want to be helpful, go help Mellifera. Yeah, so I think, like, jaws, teeth coming down, just butt of gun towards that snoot with a strong, like, Rowan, no!
Okay. I won't have you roll against each other. Roa, it's your choice now as to what happens next. If you want to ignore it and move past, then we'll probably need a roll there, but Vantage, a friend, a trusted person, has interjected themselves between. I mean, Vantage is also made out of skin and bone and blood, so, you know, maybe this doesn't help at all, but...
No, this is a moment where, like, all of the long conversations in the graveyard over whiskey kind of come back, and it's just this, like, no, this is a friend. This is someone I trust. This is... I've got to... And I think, like, my eyes become a little bit less deranged almost, and just kind of like refocus on Vantage's face.
Mm-hmm.
And I give a little nod. I still glance at the Incarnadine, but...
Right. You kind of settle, panting. And that's when you both realize the monster is getting very close to the mouth of the cave. Brian, you failed another Fallout check, right?
Yes, I did.
So I'm going to provide you with a minor option and a major option, which would upgrade your current minor into a major, because 2 minors of the same type can be combined in.
Okay.
So you can choose to have the major one happen, or you can just choose to take a second minor. It may not be the right time for it, but it's in your hands, friend. So, we're gonna jump back over to the crystal inside the crystal cavern where that strange half corrupted serf is like gumming and gnawing at with broken sharded teeth at this crystal that's floating that seems to be where everything is connected. What do?
Well, did you have anything that you really wanted to get done first, Mellifera? Because otherwise, I think I'm going to try to use stare down to try to get Mr. Gums to at least leave us alone.
I think that's a good idea. I want to... The only thing Mellifera would be doing is they would want to know whether this is something we need to keep or destroy. That's all.
The crystal?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do what now?
All right. Well, I'm going... Ochre is going to try to get the serf out of the way first.
Yeah, I think that's a great
going
plan.
To try to catch them in my gaze. And okay, so is that a hunt or sorry, a kill cursed roll probably?
What is the it makes your penitent gaze turns your stare into a weapon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a kill. At this point I will allow a kill religion or kill cursed, since this thing has not been completely...
All right, I don't have any of those, so
okay.
That's fine.
You don't have kill?
I do not have kill.
Okay. All right, that's 1 die.
Okay, that's a 7.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll your stress damage against this thing.
Okay. D6. That's a 1.
Okay, that's enough to kind of startle it off of the thing. And I'm gonna say there's a little bit of echo stress still lingering.
Okay.
Just dropping it down on the floor. Oh, there we go. Ooh, 4 echo stress.
Oh boy.
Reduced by 1 because of your...
Because of my... But that's still...
3.
3. And then I roll a d12, correct?
That's right, against your total.
Alright, so I have 6 total and I just rolled a 4.
Okay, so you can clear out the echo stress and I'll be giving you some minor echo fallout
Cool.
in a second. But for now, the creature is... do you say anything when you start? Like, give us a good angle on this. Obviously, it may not do damage directly, but it could be like damaging their will, right? You're kind of getting them to subdue. As I've mentioned before, dropping someone's resistance to 0 does not automatically mean killing it. It just means they do whatever it is that you want them to do. And if dying is what you want them to do, then that's fine. But yeah. So how does this look? How does this supernatural stare look, Ochre?
So I was thinking maybe something like she kind of like reaches up and like snaps her fingers to catch their attention and then says, "Look into my eyes and leave us alone."
Hot.
We were all thinking.
Yeah, if someone said that to me, I would definitely leave.
And I'd be like, "But can I see you later?"
Yeah.
I want to respect your wishes, but also...
I understand that now is not good, but is later good? Yes, the creature looks at you, and it kind of like grins in a like submissive way, and then just kind of skulks a little bit down off of the crystal, and is like grabbing at shards on the ground that it just is like nearby and nibbling. And I need to give you 2 minors to... which I'm sending your way right now.
Cool. Mellifera, you don't know what this could be?
I love Fallout. Okay. And I love Fallout, and I love that you guys get to choose because I trust you to always pick the weirdest thing, so it's good.
Oh my god.
Oh, these are both good.
Yeah, one of them in particular is when it jumped out at me. But okay, Mellifera. This creature's off the crystal. It is still spinning in the middle. It has a little bit of like dried, caked blood, and you can see the shards of tooth at the base where this creature's teeth had shattered and crumbled. What would you like to do?
I was trying to figure out if... So I already used my dimensional barometer and I left it outside to kind of blaze a trail. I don't know what that does. I'm like I'm looking through my like objects and artifacts and like, ba-da-ba-ba. That won't work. That doesn't help. Not that.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you're looking at, but you can make anything work.
I know. I was just trying to see if I had anything like special. Okay,
Special?
Some
Is that what you were trying to say?
No.
Okay.
Good, because that wouldn't work.
Primed for puns right now.
Yeah, I was trying to see if my perfect machine, because I have a particularly good knowledge and understanding of working things, but this is more occult, I think, than, I think that's more mechanical. So I don't think that particularly works. So yeah, I just want to, Mellifera wants to see if this is something, if we, like, destroy it, will the monster outside stop? Or is it something we need to contain and take? Can I, like, analyze it? Can I, since you didn't offer me anything, I'm going to tell you, can I roll a discern plus occult?
Sorry, I have a lot of balls in the air right now.
I know. That's why I'm offering you this instead.
Sure, yeah, if you want to get close enough to it, to kind of investigate, absolutely. Discern occult.
Oof,
Yes.
if you want to get close enough. Oh.
I know, I love the way that's what you said.
You have to get close.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, Ochre just kindly cleared the way and is entertaining our new gummy friend. And I mean, I'll send some bees in slight advance, but we're gonna go up and try and, as I said, simply figure out this situation because our friends are still fighting outside. Oh. Nope. Real bad.
3d10 on this, aren't you?
I rolled 3.
Okay.
I got a 2, a 3, and a 3.
Beautiful.
Comes the dice.
The dice heard me. The dice heard me saying, "I haven't gotten that much Fallout yet. I'm doing so good." Ha 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 ha.
Uh-oh, spaghettis.
Yeah.
So, you get lured in, to this thing.
Oh no.
Well, no, I mean, like, you're getting closer, and it's just something about it is interesting to you that you don't quite understand. The beetles that were given to you by Rubius Crowfer are, like, very calmly taking turns just bashing into the glass jar that they're in. You know how, like, it isn't frantic. It's just they're all each taking... Sorry, Sharon. They're each taking a turn, just slamming into the same spot in the glass to try and get closer to this crystal. You take 5 echo stress.
Oh boy, that's a lot.
Reduced to 4?
Reduced to 4.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking less good. Roll for Fallout, right?
Yep. Against your total. And
which is
Ryan,
now 6.
whichever you would prefer between them. Just let me know what you pick. What you get, Mellifera?
10. I'm fine. I mean, I'm not fine, but you know, like,
How do you only have 6 stress? Is this...
Well, because I keep taking echo. And I have
Oh.
echo protection.
Right, okay. All right. Perfect. Something about it is fascinating to you. But you were thinking it has to be... It's unknowable to you right now, and you have to find a different approach. You think you probably have to take it with you and look into it. This is would be a very valuable cursed resource, which could also be perhaps traded or something.
Okay. Can I start? Can I start having my bees chew up my insides to make me a nice holder for it? Because that's something they can do. You know how they like...
Just like take out a few floors of wax or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, they're just opening up the cathedral that is the temple that is my body. My body is a temple, literally, to bees.
Literally to bees.
You know, sometimes people say it and they don't really mean it, but when Mellifera says it, they mean it.
It's more of a laboratory for them, but it's shaped like a temple. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what we're doing. Something to contain it. We're making like a whatever's just large enough to kind of contain, so that we can touch it without touching it.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that I see what decisions have been made by the other players for their things.
Totally fine. I can continue talking about how my insides are made of wax. If that
Okay,
helps.
all right. Right. Great. We don't need a door to open. So you want to sort of have the bees kind of collect the crystal and store it inside of you somewhere?
Oh, I wasn't thinking inside.
Oh, just like a seal around it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're creating a waxen cover for it.
Sure. I'm going to allow that to happen, but it's just going to take some time.
Yeah, that's...
As you watch, you look over your shoulder at Ochre.
Oh no, what did you do?
Who has not said anything for a while. And Ochre, on the other side of this room, clutching their chest, is the old Hound that you met so long ago. They're sitting in a pile of their own viscera. It sort of pulses, still beating, still connected to them, but all on the outside. And it's just sitting and staring at you. What would you like to do?
Does the texture of the air feel different to me?
How do you mean? What the heck are you talking about?
Sorry.
No.
Something buried deep in my character sheet probably. Does it feel like I'm seeing things as if they were underwater? That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Or does it just seem like it's the Hound?
The moment feels a little bit suspended, I guess. You know that Mellifera's there, you know the crystal's there, you know the room you're in, but you also feel like some other scene has been layered over top.
Okay.
The old Hound, whose name you never got, is very, very real. Like, that's an undeniable fact to you.
Okay.
You're in a cognitive dissonance area where you know it can't be, but it 100% is. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter about the facts of the situation.
Okay. Ochre is just kind of she's wobbling a little bit because her heels are strangely unsteady. and she says to the Hound, what more can I give to you?
It just stares. It's his eyes are like they kind of glow with the orange of like the end of a lit cigarette, and the kind of blood-soaked bushy mustache that covers his upper lip kind of shifts, and his mouth opens as if to speak, but more of his entrails and guts just start to sort of slowly spill out. And he reaches up an arm and tries to, and is like beckoning you closer.
Okay, I'm gonna let myself be drawn closer, and try to take his hand when I get close enough.
But can I like this all was like happening while like I was like I'm managing my bee army.
I'm gonna say you are.
And then can I turn around and see this? Like what?
While the bees are doing things, like they have to put their focus on what they're doing, and so you kind of get lost into this focused reverie of what you're doing. So you're aware that Ochre has moved to the other side of the room. Mm-hmm. Okay. But you'll kind of have to stop what you're doing in order to fully concentrate on what's going on. Which could mean it's up to you. It could mean I would probably probably get you to roll in order to like maintain what's going on. I'm leaving it up to you about how much you want to know. It will be a mend occult roll to kind of focus.
Yeah, I feel like we would. I feel like we would be aware of Ochre kind of to the side being kind of unsteady, because I think Ochre is usually so.
Yeah,
like,
if it helps,
made
though,
of tough stuff.
I will say that though she is moving around in the same room as you, you do not hear Ochre speak to the Hound.
Yeah, so and I was assuming I don't see what she's seeing.
No, you definitely don't see the Hound.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think we would do any more. I don't think Mellifera would do any more than just like turn and say Ochre's name. That's all.
Okay.
That's all. I guess I won't do anything then.
And you keep concentrating on what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until anything more exciting happens, I guess.
We'll find out.
You crouch down beside the Hound, who is sputtering the last of whatever it seems to have been inside of him, and he is deflated. Like you can see the curve of his rib cage as his flesh is sunken in and all of his organs have sort of left his body, and he looks to you. And he grins. It's like a friendly, warm smile. You can understand why people would have trusted this man at one point, except that he has just one single tooth in his mouth. And he says, "I was wrong."
What could you...
The Hounds. They've got it all wrong.
What could have been wrong about it? There's nothing greater than protecting others, right?
The heart, Ochre. Nothing can stop the heart.
But
and bony hands like reach up to grab onto the collars of your coat, and he pulls you in real close, and like flecks of blood spill out of his mouth, and he sputters at you, and he says, "Give in to it. Give in to it, and it'll save you."
And I'll kind of like reach up and touch his hand and try to like hold it reassuringly and say, we've done so much good though. We've protected so many. We've kept them safe.
The bad hand will get dealt, Ochre. And the heart will claim its prize. It's inevitable.
But we've done so well.
And as he does that, he starts to fully decay and turn back to the flesh and melt down into the earth. And for a moment, the crystalline floor is actually just beating, just like raw meat that is red meat that is pulsing as it's in pieces. The old hound is just pulled, dragged down under. And then the crystalline floor kind of closes up again and you snap out of this reverie. Your hand is still like here, but there's nothing in it. And at this point, Mellifera, you are done kind of, maybe like 20 minutes have passed and you're done kind of sealing this thing up. And as the bees went around, they were kind of like severing the ties to the wall.
The bees were severing ties to the wall?
Because the crystal was sort of being suspended by these sinewy crystalline threads I had described before.
Oh, I missed that part.
In order to wrap it, they would have to sever that. So they're kind of like just little bee bites their way through, and the whole thing is wrapped up. Which brings us to back outside.
Oh.
So where I think we left off out here, Vantage had just stopped Roa from murdering the Incarnadine. And Roa seemed to have calmed down to a degree. Still panting. I love this. I love that you picked this. While you watch, while you're kind of like looking at each other, you can hear the large monster kind of stumble around and they fall, as if whatever was holding them coherently together shattered, like is gone, and little bits of remaining flesh and bone and crystal just shatter as it impacts on the ground, just covering the outside of the cave, like the ground outside the cave. But then there is an audible howl that not just Roa hears, but Vantage, you hear as well. And there is the sound of something moving through the forest very fast, something breaking branches and pushing smaller trees aside, rending its way through the wilderness. And it bursts forth in a familiar, from a different angle, but a familiar view, similar, almost identically to how Roa's new form burst out of the woods, except this form is darker and it's dripping with blood, and it's a shadow of how bad Roa might be, and it lunges towards you. This is the beginning of a new situation. So Roa, the wound you suffered earlier now causes you a little bit more blood stress because you're bleeding. You take 2 blood stress, which I think you have protection against, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you feel the wound, and you clench down on it with your hand as evil universe you bursts out of the woods, which is indeed the fallout he chose. So
Yay.
I need to find the statistics for this thing. Yeah. So you now have to combat the shadowy version of is it a vision of the future? We don't know.
I think like as I turn back to my humanoid form, there's like the sound of like bones popping and my muscles and flesh rearranging itself, and like I'm brought to my knees and I just look up at this thing, and I think I just kind of like whimper, Vantage.
I think Vantage is just gonna look at you and be like, oh, you got one too. And then, like, rock the gun. Just like, all right. And I suppose I'm going to fire at Negaroa.
Sounds good.
No longer
That will be
with
a-
mastery.
That would be a kill cursed.
I'm really gonna have to take curse dumming at some point. Okay. 6?
That's a success.
Okay.
You're gonna take some supply stress as usual.
Love to take supply stress. And then that's a 3 for the
Okay.
damage stress.
So you're taking 1 supply stress. It's not that much.
Let's roll some.
So you said you did 3.
Yes.
Okay. Something. The shadow kind of coalesces into almost like something like slate or obsidian as the bullet hits, and the shadow shatters, almost deflecting part of the impact of the blow. But you can see this black. You know you've done some damage because you see this black Icarus blood just sort of drip down as it comes towards you. Go ahead and roll your d12.
5, and my total stress was 7.
All right, clear your supply stress.
Love to stress.
So. There's a couple.
Okay.
So I will. I'll say to folks, everybody. It is assumed, since this is a dungeon crawl at its heart, that you are using lanterns when it's dark, and you are using things like you have all this equipment with you. So supply stress could result in a lantern going out, and it shouldn't be surprising to you because you do. If I provide something to you that might pitch the area into darkness, that's because you were using. I'm going to try and be more clear about it, but when you're moving through tunnels and things like that, there isn't very rarely any natural light. So I may or may not have handed something to Vantage that is involving this. I just wanted to be clear.
Well, you have, because that's the one I'm going to go with.
Okay, perfect.
Because I think that's even creepier than not. So my lantern's running low.
Yeah. The shot rings out. It bounces off. It chips a little bit of the shadow away. And that shadow seems to hit the ground. Like as the blood hits the ground, it just seems like this place was sort of in a moonlight, a fairly bright moonlight. Clouds just sort of coalesce over the moon, the moonlight, or if that effect happens, and this whole place is plunged into deep shadows. It makes discerning and delving difficult right now, and also makes everything spooky. Yeah. Roa, would you like to do something?
Yes. I want to try and draw this thing away from everyone else.
Okay. That might be a compel of sorts, unless there's another effect you'd like to use.
No, compels or
like, I
see.
mean, you can describe what you would like to do, and I'll try and work with you. But
I'm imagining just like because I'm pretty sure it's after me. So if I take off into the woods, I'm expecting it to follow me.
Sure. I think there's a hunt in there then. I think it's sort of the reverse. You're instead of tracking something down, you're trying to make something track you.
Okay.
So I'll say hunt, cursed, or wild in this case is good.
Okay.
Did you want to fire up your true form again, or are you avoiding that for a little bit?
No, I think I might. I think it's exhausting, but I'm just gonna force it out once more.
Okay.
And
so now in front of everyone, you transform, or in front of Vantage anyway,
Mhm.
you transform into your own version of the Bone Dog, and there is definitely like this gray-white to your. I'm using the image you showed us.
Yeah.
You know, to Roa, and then there is literally like the puddly black shadow version that looks very similar. And so you transform and just start to try and force them into giving chase.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll just allow that to happen, but maybe there's an endure wild or endure cursed roll to kind of get them moving.
Okay.
Because you're right, it is after you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that'll be a 1d10 roll, and it's risky.
Sorry, I'm realizing I'm making this tough.
6.
Okay. The situation I think is difficult to fathom. So I'm gonna give you some mind stress, just from having to keep it together about what's going on. 4 mind stress.
Here we go. Whew, okay, 8. No fallout.
All right. So you sort of dash maybe out towards the woods with them or something like that, and they start following behind. Okay, it's at this point I think that Mellifera and Ochre, I imagine. Oh, sorry, Ochre. Is there anything you would like to do in the wake of what just happened to you? Mellifera's ready to leave. I'm gonna put together a.
Yeah, I was literally like in the last scene. I was gonna like say that like, you know, we grab this now waxen thing and just turn around innocently over to Ochre like, oh, we've contained it. Are you ready?
I think I probably would have been like sifting through the crystals on the ground, but when you say something, I kind of like immediately like facade goes up. Yes. Everything's going well here. Let's go outside and help them.
Yes, hopefully by containing this object, the monster outside has gone away, but that doesn't mean we should trust it. And I give the crystal a, like, suspicious stare.
Does it do anything back?
Does the crystal stare back at me in its waxen coating?
Gives you a little wink.
No, you can see the purple through the wax is strong, but it's not like thick. It's not like an inch of wax or anything.
Nah.
And so you can still see the shimmer from it. But any light that was being projected by the crystals on the walls is out now, including everything that's on the floor. So it seems like whatever this was powering it.
It did turn it off. Success.
So I'm giving you, I'm putting it on your sheet in roll 20 here, but a D10 cursed resource.
That's mine.
Both,
give me.
Yeah, I'm giving it to you, yeah. That's both niche and harmful. Niche means that it'll have to find the right person to trade it to. And harmful is exactly, it sounds like there's a chance that it could hurt, do bad things.
I'm gonna move you. I'm moving my objects around. There we go.
Okay. Ochre, are you ready to leave? The crystals, even the shattered crystals, were glowing until this thing was sort of taken out of its home, and now even the shards on the ground have faded.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just be like, I'll just say, yeah, of course. Let's go outside and help them. I haven't heard a lot of noises recently, so that might be a bad thing.
Have you removed your shoes, Ochre? I imagine at this point, since it's...
Yeah, what does that look like?
Not yet. I'm still tottering around a little defensive or like obstinately.
Okay.
But I probably will once we continue walking through the cave and I realize how bad they are.
Okay. You get to the outside of the cave just as Roa and Noah are charging off into the woods.
Oh no! You went off together.
We're gonna say that like the stuff was kind of happening simultaneously. Yeah. The ground is covered in shattered crystals of various sizes, and little bits remain of the remaining chunks of the serfs, scattered everywhere. And Vantage is just standing kind of dumbfounded amongst it all, as like you can see in the brush there's this fight going on. So Roa, I'll let you make an attack, or whatever it is that you want to do, since that's you're going to be seeking most of the action here.
Yeah, I'll go for an attack.
Okay. Kill cursed.
Okay.
Or kill wild, if you do have. I know you don't have it.
I
but
don't have either.
Yeah.
But I do roll with mastery.
That's right. Oh, this creature is unfortunately risky though, so you will be dropping the highest of the two.
I got a 4.
Okay. So its equipment, its weapons are described as fractal teeth. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but its jaw opens up and you gaze down into its maw, basically, as it chomps down on you, or tries to bite down on you. I'm gonna say this still translates to mind stress for you, because this is like, I mean, this is a nightmare. 6 mind stress.
There's only 4 more spaces in my track.
Okay. So now you're gonna take fallout regardless, because I think you're gonna be over 12 at this point, right?
Yeah.
So just roll to find out what level of fallout you're going to take.
I rolled an 11.
Okay, so that's a major mind fallout. You clear all of your stress from all things, but a really bad thing coalesces here.
Okay.
Bad things are happening.
Sorry.
So you probably hear this like this scream echoing out from the forest.
All right.
We
roll
around.
I'm giving you a minor one because the major that I'm going to give you refers to it, so you'll have to consult that. And here's the major so you'll choose one of the majors, but I gave you the minor because it refers to it.
Okay.
Some kind of violent fight is happening out here. As the two of you step out. I'm gonna say this latest swipe has knocked both Roa and Noah out of the forest and back into the open here, and you can now see in full definition that Roa is locked in a battle with some kind of shadowy form version of himself. Mellifera, Ochre, Vantage, is there anything you'd like to do? This isn't a fight that he has to fight it on his own or anything like this, so you can help. He's choosing to, which is exactly what I was expecting, but...
All I got's a gun.
That's all I have too.
So...
Well, your bees act like weapons.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I can. I have
You
my
also-
bees.
Yeah, you
Ochre would definitely go running off in the direction
Yeah.
of the screen.
I
Okay.
think when we get out here, and it makes sense to me that Ochre would notice that first, and then immediately go running and following.
You don't need to go far because they've come out into the clearing here and are thrashing and duking it out. So what action would you like to take, Ochre, if any?
Probably start with my rifle first. I haven't seen anything about this creature yet, so.
How do you mean?
Probably take a shot with my rifle, I think.
Okay. I'll say a hunt cursed, since it's distracted enough that you can kind of level, unless you prefer using kill.
Hunt would work better for me.
Okay. So I'll let you kind of level the shot.
But this is risky, so I roll 2 dice, but then I take the lower of the 2 numbers. That's correct?
You drop the highest result.
Okay. All right, that's a 3.
Okay. I'll say fortune stress in this situation. 4 fortune stress. You're struggling to hit the creature because Roa and it are tangled together, barely able to, and Roa is barely able to keep this thing off of it, and you're just worried that you're gonna hit him.
Okay.
Them, Mellifera?
I guess we make sure the cursed object is secure, and then we send in the bees.
Okay. You're making a bee attack?
Yeah, 1 bee attack, please.
All right. That will be a kill, cursed or wild. Did you have wild, Ochre?
No, I do not.
Okay. Kill, cursed, or wild. Roll, Mellifera.
None of those things.
Okay, so just a single die roll.
Cool. Cool.
It is risky. I'm gonna say the bees, being what they are gonna be able to get past a lot of the defenses since they're so small relative to it. So you can roll that straight die and see what we get.
I can roll just 1 dice. Thank you.
Yeah, but better than.
Yeah. No, I get you. 8.
Hey!
Nice.
Wait.
8.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a success. Yeah. So you can go ahead and roll your d4 as the swarm heads towards it to start tearing at the flesh of this thing.
Yeah. Okay. The bees. The move is called Release the Swarm, and the bees are a D4 kill plus spread and range. 4. Where's a 4? Come here, 4. Here, 4. I have so many dice and I don't see a 4. Yeah, there we go. That is a 1.
All right.
One little bee bite.
So
they're trying their best.
The bees disappear. The bees disappear into the shadows of this creature, and you can't really tell what's going on. Mellifera, you can sense that they are doing their best to tear at this thing from the inside. Vantage, you look over to where the Incarnadine is, and they have stood up. They've been left alone on their own enough, and they reach into a pocket and they pull out this like bottle of some kind of booze and take a big swig, and then they stuff like some torn clothing from the attacks against them into it and light it, and they say something cliched like, let's put some light on this situation, and then they throw this thing. But you all remember back to Roa, ever helpful in their visions, but a slung bottle of booze was the third vision. So all four of you get mastery on the next thing that you do. And I'm gonna say it's just gonna be something cool, like the thing hits the ground and smashes, and just makes a ring of fire around the two battling halves of Roa.
Okay, so I don't have to be concerned.
A burning ring of fire.
That.
Oh no.
Vantage.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we don't have to be concerned that Roa is about to get hit with Molotov cocktail.
No one's hurt yet.
Okay.
This is more of a dramatic moment than it is.
Love it.
It would be something that I would give as an excuse for stress. And if something goes bad, it might be rolling into the flame or something like that. So, Vantage, is there something you'd like to do? Mm-hmm.
I guess I want to shoot Shadow Doggy again.
Sure. Now it's a bar fight, which you're very familiar with.
Yeah. Something's on fire. This is just, now we're home.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So this is kill curse still?
Yeah, unless hunt is better for you.
I have both, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
But now I have mastery on this roll.
That's right, an extra die.
Alright, let's...
It is a risky roll, but
that means I drop...
the highest.
Means I rolled a 2.
No!
I'm sorry.
It's cool. It's fine. All
Three
these
more,
dice are going
Three more
into
supply
jail.
stress. 3 more supply stress.
All these dice are going to jail.
All these dice are going to jail. Every single one of them.
Roa.
I rolled a 7, which my total stress is 9, so...
Okay. That's major supply fallout.
We're having a bad time.
Okay, I'll come back to you in a second here. Roa, the flames have risen up around you, and you can now see that this creature is incorporeal to a degree, like it's translucent, and the flames diminish the shadow of it somewhat. So for you, within the fight here, I'm going to drop the risky difficulty. So from here on out, you're just rolling exactly what you've got.
Okay.
Plus, you have your mastery die from this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Which you helpfully created for yourself,
Yes.
Last session. So, what kind of action would you like to take? Oh, through the translucence, you can see a pulsing obsidian heart that is very corporeal.
Could I... I'm angling for a compel roll here.
Okay.
But I'm imagining like getting my hand around its throat or on that beating obsidian heart and pulling it real close to me and having a conversation.
It's something more akin to an intimidate roll, in a way.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know if this can do any stress, but
I'd allow it. If it's a success, I'll let it slice through the protection as well, since it's not about armor right now. Yeah, so compel cursed or compel wild.
okay.
Something wicked your way comes.
Compel that.
No dice go.
Rolling with mastery. Yeah, so I reach in and I pull it close. I'm gonna say, you think this is supposed to terrify? I have seen worse. I have done worse. Got a 6 after dropping my 8.
A 6 after dropping. Okay, so you don't have an appropriate weapon here, as far as like the amount of stress. So you will just roll a straight D4.
Okay.
I will say that you can roll it twice and take the highest. The situation is such that, you've sort of gained the upper hand briefly.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
And I pull it close and say, "You don't know hunger as I know hunger."
All right.
Also hot.
Sorry.
You can feel the thing kind of discorporating around you as you pull it in close. You think with one yank you can grab the heart out from it and rip the heart out from its chest and dissipate it, but I will need an endure cursed roll one last time.
Okay. Six.
Okay.
And it's a risky roll because I'm in my true form.
So
it's
automatic. It's an automatic fail.
Yeah.
At that point. Okay. 1 echo stress. You remember to clear all of your echo stress from the major, right? Okay.
Yeah. Was I supposed to clear? Did I clear just echo stress from taking the major?
No, when you take major fallout, you clear all your stress tracks.
Okay, then I only have 1 stress.
What could possibly go wrong?
I rolled not a 1.
Yay.
I rolled a 2.
So there is a stretching, like fabric being stretched to its limits sound as you grab onto the apple-sized heart on the side of this thing, and then there's just a snap as it dislodges from the shadows, and you all hear this like howling roar as out of the flames this black shadowy version of Roa roars and then is like burnt away, not unlike curling paper on the wind as it just drifts away into the darkness beyond, and stumbling out of the through the flames is Roa as they transform back into their humanoid form. And then the last thing that's going to happen is you're going to take 4 blood stress, Roa, from the bleeding injury that you took near the beginning of this fight. Sorry, it's a D4, but I did roll a 4.
I'm going to use my not yet.
Okay.
So I can avoid suffering negative effects from blood or mind fallout for the remainder of the situation.
Awesome. So you feel like some part of you is about to spill out of the hole in your chest, and you reach down to grab onto it.
I think I almost instinctively, I reached like to my mouth first and just take a wad of saliva and just like...
Yeah. And just stopgap the injury for now.
Yeah. As I just like collapse on the ground, just lying there.
And that's where we're going to leave it for this
I
week.
hate it. I hate it. I didn't even want to fight. I just wanted to try and heal Roa. I hate it. I hate it.
So there we have it. This is the middle episode. Obviously, I had to have you all go through an immense amount of stress, so it worked.
Yay.
I got my fallout wishes.
God, like, hang on. I don't think I can. I want to move the camera on screen so people can see just how bad. I don't think I can show it. So,
Is it the pile of...
the pile! I can't. The video is cropped, so I can't show you. But Ryan has a pile of, like, fallout. Like, it's so bad.
It's only 5.
Oh.
It's fine.
It's
When we
just-
get back to Baffling Din, we can fix all of that, because everything there will be fine.
Oh my goodness.
Just
Yeah, everything will be
major
fine when we go back.
fallout. It's just 2 major fallout and 3 minor. Well, I guess one of those minor fallouts I don't technically have. The minor mind fallout.
Minor mind, yeah, you can discard that because...
Yeah, see? It's just 4 cards. No big deal.
Oh, you chose despair. Cool.
Goodness. You chose to spare. Cool.
Oh You chose despair.
Yeah, you'll
I
have to
felt
let
like-
me know. You have to put a line through whatever domain you're choosing not to have access to.
Yeah. Also, I rolled a 1 on my Fallout after taking fortune stress, so we're gonna have to resolve that too.
Okay, I gotta.
But we can do that after.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. So
Boy.
that was quite the session. I didn't expect it to all revolve around this one fight, but I think it was important that it did.
I
Is
too
everyone okay?
choose despair. Hi. Sorry, there was a friend in chat. How's
No,
everyone?
you're allowed to say hello to friends in chat on your stream in your channel.
I was excited to see a friend from our last Saturday series, Blades in the Dark. Sorry.
Ooh.
So that's nice. It's nice to see Basil. Hi, Basil. We're all in danger. We're all in really, but mostly Ryan. Ryan is really. Sorry, Ryan's character Roa. Bad.
Things are all going to plan. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're playing hard.
Oh, goodness gracious. I guess we should do the thing. I guess let's go around in our reverse, and everyone tells who you are, where we can find you, what sort of cool stuff you're up to, and your favorite thing that Jordan did to you today. Jordan. I'm kidding.
Look, I gave you 2 ropes. You decided which one to hang yourselves with every time it happens.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
chose both.
Yeah.
Yes, the answer is which one do you want? Yes.
Yes.
I like how you're in the chat and you're like, I don't want to make this more crazy. You're like, okay, and then I just make you make your decision and you pick the one that makes things go. I love you guys. You're the best.
This is great.
It's more.
Jordan.
I didn't want to throw that on everybody, but
Oh.
I kind of did.
It's exactly why it exists. My name
I
is
love
Jordan. My name is Jordan, at Made of Cartoons. I'm the GM of this game, which I'm just going to say it. I think it's become my favorite RPG across all the stuff that I played recently. It's really bumped up. So if you get it, you want to learn more about it, come and talk to me because I really, really just love the system and the world and stuff. And I'm just loving this game so much. I don't have a favorite moment. It was all good. You are a great group that has bought into it, and so it means that I know that when I give you opportunities, you're going to take the ones that are going to make things most interesting. So thanks for making this game great. That's all I have to say. That's my star. It's a big gold one for all of you.
Amazing. Awesome.
You can catch me here every other Saturday doing this, and on nights like last night with Fiasco Friday, I host Fiascos every once in a while. Both in my personal life and on stream, I host Fiascos, and occasionally indie night featuring a game, which I think I might do a spooky indie night during October. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Next is our poor stressed Ryan.
I'm Ryan. You can find me on Twitter at @TheOneTrueK, and you can find my games at archon.itch.io. And the big thing I've been working on recently is The Wild Sea, which is a game about wild sailors atop a treetop sea that has consumed the entire world, a world full of megaflora and megafauna where strange and wild and wonderful things happen. You should check it out at thewildsea.co.uk. There's a free playtest that's available, and there is a lot of really cool stuff there. It's more than enough for you to run a one-shot or like a mini campaign, and there's a lot more in store. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Should be, I think, a Kickstarter coming around eventually, but yeah. And my star was just such exciting Fallout choices. Jordan, you chose fantastic ones, and the decisions were hard because they were all just so good.
Amazing. So true. Love it. Perfect. Next up is C. Oh, Jordan, are you saying something?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I was like, wait, I see a mouth moving.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay. Sam.
That's me. I'm Sam. Hi. You can find me at @SamOnDamiel on the internet. You can find me here playing Heart, but then also on Tuesdays with Jess over on Salty Sweet Games playing Burn Bright, where we're also in stressful situations a lot. It's fine. Right now we're in like space Monte Carlo. And Jess's character is in a bind.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. I'm prisoner, aren't I? The last one, like y'all were like trying to get to me to communicate her, and it was literally like help, 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 and then smash. Like
Yeah, so we have to do a
I
rescue.
forgot.
So that's Tuesdays on Salty Sweet Games. And yeah, find me. I'm going to be doing like a tarot offering. I just have to make a thing that says that I'm doing it. So if you want me to read some cards for you, like, please. I have such a like blast doing it, and then it'll be great. Let's exchange your money for some goods and services. It'll be fine. Yeah. So just find me at @SamOnDamiel.
Perfect. Awesome. And next up is Sharon.
Hi everyone, I'm Sharon. I'm on Twitter with the handle at @chew_baka. And I am here every other Saturday, just like everyone else. But also, I will be on the Chromatic Chimera Twitch channel on September 29 for. Oh goodness! I just closed the thing of the with the name, but it is
Gale
a
and
beak, feather, and bone
Tail
GM
scale
list
and-
game, but it is tail, scale, and bone because it's the mermaid version. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And I would love to see you all there. And
Awesome.
I think for stars, definitely Negaroa or Noah showing up really upped the stakes in every way. I was like, wow, we're already in a bad situation. Oh, I don't know how we're gonna get out of this one. But that was amazing. It was really great.
I love
I
it.
think that's also my star that I forgot to say. It was like, okay, we're done. Cool. We get to take a breather. Oh, wait, never mind. It was great.
Amazing. I love it. Perfect. And last is me. Hi everyone. Hit that follow button if you haven't already. Let's hang out, play more games. We do that all the time here. After this, I'm gonna be playing Destiny with my best friend Dustin. We do that every Saturday evening. And who boy, I want to thank Roll20, who we really appreciate, who does the Spotlight program and also is where we run this game. So this very cool map you're seeing, not done by Roll20 actually though, done by Jordan, the amazing, put this whole thing together. It's very impressive. At some point, Jordan has done an entire thread on Twitter about this, but honestly, y'all, we should probably do like a hangout and show you this sometime because it is bananas. All this stuff, this stuff, dude. Let me show you. See this gun? You can like flip it. Look, boom, bang. Look at all the cool stuff it does. I'm showing y'all on stream right now. So yeah, go check out all these cool people and all that they do. If you're watching this right now on Twitch, everyone's links are in the chat. If you watch this later on YouTube, I'll put everyone's information down below. So go find these people. Go find all the stuff they're doing. Check out Roll20 and pick up some games to play because it's the best second way to play games online right now with your friends at a distance. We also want to thank Rowan, Rook, and Deckard who make Heart. And don't forget, come back on Halloween. Well, come back every other Saturday. Listen, come back and hang out with us every other Saturday and see how stressed we are and how great it is. But also particularly on Halloween where we are going to be giving away a PDF bundle copy of all the Heart content, all of it. Thank you to everyone who's here today, who's hanging out with us, who is here for this heckin' good time. Thank you to all the donations. We're very close to a knock at the door. I can't wait to see what happens next. So yeah, come and help us have more good times. It's so heckin' close. Yeah, and I think some of my favorite stuff is the fact that so much stuff, like, I'm just imagining so much crap is happening, like, Roa turns into a monster, and we're all kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, and then, like, over here, like, Vantage is having visions of, like, death, and, like, I feel like Marifera is seeing none of this, like, Mellifera is so, like, we go get the crystal, we turn it off, we're fine, everything's good. Ochre right behind them is speaking to a viscera ghost. I'm not sure.
It's ironic because you have the most number of eyes out of all of us with all your bees.
Thousands.
So many eyes, so little perception, apparently. So all this is going on. So one of my favorite things is how much stuff, how much, like, fallout and just, like, stuff is happening, and, like, Melfair has no idea. But then also, can I just say, every moment where Roa's visions came into play was so good. Every single one where it was like, what is this? And then you remember the vision, like, oh, it was so good. Seriously,
it's up there
love it.
with probably my favorite abilities in the game, because it's so cool because Ryan came up with all of them, and then I had to incorporate what he came up with, so.
Yeah.
It's literally the only reason I chose the witch. I saw that ability and, like, I don't care what else the witch does. I'm taking that.
It's pretty wonderful.
Yeah. It's so neat. It's seriously so cool because it's honestly this really cool mix between, like, Ryan came up with these, like, really interesting things and then you're implementing them into the world, and it's so cool to see. It's so awesome, seriously. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, thanks, y'all, for the, follow here, follow YouTube, follow all these cool people in all the places. Come hang out with us Mondays and Thursdays for all sorts of video games. Come hang out on the weekends where we do everything from Fiasco to Indie Game Spotlights to Heart, as well as Dark Matter, which is D&D in space, basically, where I'm running Conspiracy in the Stars with a crew that there's only 2 sessions left of that, and they're probably, like, between you and me, they're probably gonna head into space for space battles soon, but don't tell them that. There's all sorts of cool stuff happening, so come hang out for all that good stuff. And keep your eyes and your ears open, because we're probably, if you were with us last year, you'll know we did a whole bunch of Halloween games for charity, and that might be in the works again this year. So for spooky games for Extra Life for the kids, doing spooks for the kids, you know, it's the good reasons to get terrified and play spooky games with your friends. Raise money for the kids. So all that good stuff is happening here. So thank you so much for being here, for hanging out. We're gonna peace out for a little bit, but like I said, I'll be back. This channel will be back on in an hour if you want to come hang out again. So we'll see you then, hopefully. If not, have a good rest of your day. Take care. Stay safe out there, y'all. We'll see you soon for more games and things.